Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Matt and Dan, and this is Coffee and Questions, where we answer your live streaming questions. Dan, what's up? How are you?
It's a rainy Monday. I'm doing all right though. Hanging
It is
out
a
in the hunkered down
rainy
in the
Monday.
basement.
Yeah, I'm in the attic, so if a tornado
Okay.
comes, I'll blow away. You'll be fine. So
Okay, that's not reassuring at all.
But it's fine. The storms have mostly passed. It was just a joke. Excuse me. Yeah, it definitely was. It's been a rainy morning here, and it's Monday, and I'm sleepy. And I say it every week, and I mean it every week. I'm sleepy. Oh, I'm echoing.
Hey, I will
Anyways, there
say
we go.
we're here to answer your questions, so go ahead and
Yeah,
ask them. I do
ask
see
away.
in the comments already some coming through here, and let me pull that up here. Because I saw Carol over there saying perfect timing. I have a question.
Yeah,
So yeah, you can ask that
Carol.
question. We'll where is it? There it is, right there on top of our names that I didn't put away first.
There you go.
So yeah, ask your questions. Let us know. Let us know those questions. But I gotta say, yeah, with the rain, I didn't realize it was coming this soon. And since I'm in the basement, it is like dark around where I am. There's no
Oh
windows, so
yeah,
like I walked upstairs. I'm like, why is it? It is very dark right now. So
yeah. It definitely it came in quickly. Or I also have like all the curtains closed up here, so I looked outside and it was also very dark. Good morning, Tim. Hope you're doing well. Good morning, everyone on YouTube. Also glad you're here. All right, Carol, questions here. How do I not have all the groups I'm in show up in Switcher and only show the groups I manage and can go live and only show up?
yikes! I don't think there's a way around that. That's just part of Facebook. It's gonna pull all the groups you're in. I know it can be quite a lot. Maybe something we could consider, and I don't know if it's possible, but maybe like a search function or something. Because I agree, I have to scroll quite a
Mhm.
bit sometimes to find the specific group I'm looking for. So very interesting question, and I like it. Um, so yeah, no real way. You're gonna have to scroll through and try and find it right now. But yeah, sorry, I don't
And
have a
then
better
she's
answer.
asking about not being able to see all the groups she's already in. So I'm not
Wait, did
sure
I
about
just not
that
answer
either.
that right at
Well,
all?
no, I mean, I think you're right. Like you do need a search feature. That would be incredible. But like, it seems like some of them are not showing up that she's in. That's what I'm getting.
How do I not have all the groups I'm in show up? Only show the groups I can manage. No, I think it's no. I think what she's saying is I'm assuming she's probably a part of a ton of groups, which
Mm,
we all are. It's funny. I like Facebook was brand new when we were in college. Like my freshman year, we had a petition to get our school into Facebook.
mm.
And like when groups came out, it was like, all right, let's have groups for everything. Groups
Yeah,
for I don't know, what Disney character are you?
yeah.
Groups for
There was
anything.
a group for everything, everything. I recently went back and like left a lot of those groups. I was like, I don't
Right.
need to be a part of 200 groups like that. I'm only active in like maybe 5 to 10 ish.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it took a little time. Facebook does not make it easy to leave. So, or these, I
Yeah,
guess these groups don't.
the search. I'll message that, or I'll ping that to our engineers after this, and
Mhm.
let them know, because that could be interesting. No, all
Okay.
okay, yeah. So all of them are showing up, but I'm looking to go live, and the ones I manage, I do have to scroll forever. Yeah. So,
Okay. Yeah.
cool, interesting. Not something I've really taken into account before, but yeah, it's something that could be an issue. So, thank you for that, Carol.
Yeah.
I've got bad news
Uh,
for you, by the way.
what, me?
This is yours.
What?
You're back to Facebook user.
What happened?
I don't know. Uh,
That makes absolute like I don't get it. It must be a Facebook.
we're gonna drive to Facebook and ask them
Yeah.
personally.
123 Facebook Drive. Let's head there right now. That doesn't make any sense. Like it was like that early on when I first started. I messed around with some things. Eventually, my face showed up. So I have no idea. And we've talked about trying to figure that out. But at this point, I'm baffled. I've changed nothing. I'm on the same computer. I'm no idea.
Who knows? Who knows?
Hey, let's
So
get a question here from YouTube. Joseph has a couple of them. Joseph
cool.
Anderson.
Let's get them.
Anything new? Is my scrolling text finally here? Not
Not
yet.
within Switcher. Still, like the old iOS screen sharing or screen sharing with SwitcherCast in multi-views. That's the way to do it right now. Unfortunately, we can get that feature request link out there. We probably should get that out right off the bat. If Tim and Claire, if you could get those in those places, and we'll I'm saying ping. Is that right? What's the word? Well, pin,
Yeah,
not ping. Pin them to the top.
You can ping them and then they'll pin it.
Yeah.
All right, and then another one from Joseph as well. How do I get rid of the delay when live streaming? My video always have delay.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is like what you're seeing, what's happening in the room, and then what you're seeing live on the stream is delayed, and that's completely normal. Like we need the internet and networks and everything need time, like the servers for wherever you're sending the video need time to process this video. So that delay that you're seeing is going to be constant with every single person watching. It's a very normal thing. So until we can change physics, as we know, if there's a new physics model that comes out that allows us to go faster than light or something, maybe we can get rid of the delay. But for right now, it's just it takes time. It's normally about 15 to 20 seconds depending on the location and how far away you are, but that delay is going to be the same for everybody. When they're watching, it's going to show up as if it was live. Alternatively, if you're talking about, because there's like a slight delay with what's happening live and what you're seeing in Switcher, and that as well is completely normal, we enable that little bit of a delay so everything can sync up and you don't get things out of sync, your video and audio. And I can show you that actually over in Switcher, ways to kind of adjust that. So I'm in the Outputs tab here. If I scroll down to Wi-Fi camera communication, notice I'm in reinforced Wi-Fi mode. This is going to create the biggest delay, but it also gives your network more time to process the video, so you're not going to get those buffering or delays or anything, or those where the video starts lagging. But if you need to, you can come in and change it to the low latency mode. Do a test stream with that if you don't have it on there already. This is going to be so there's as minimum of a delay as possible between what's happening in Switcher and what you're seeing live at the same time. So that's where you can adjust those settings. Hope that helps.
Yep. Yeah. Just make sure you have for that low latency, your internet's gonna have to be pretty good. Like definitely do a test stream to make sure it works out for you. But yeah, Dan, you always use reinforced Wi-Fi, is that correct?
I use reinforced Wi-Fi mode for literally everything. Now, it's kind of weird. Like when I'm talking right now and what I'm seeing in Switcher, it's a little bit off just because of that reinforced Wi-Fi mode and that delay that we enter. But what you all are seeing is perfectly in sync, and that's how it's going to be. So, mess around with those settings, see which one works best for you. If the reinforced Wi-Fi mode isn't too much of a deal breaker, I use it. Even like I would recommend using it over not, if possible, because it really does help give that network a little extra boost to make sure that the stream is completely constant. You don't have you don't run into any networking problems.
Okay, great question. Hopping over here to Facebook, and those of you just joining us, please ask your questions. That's why Dan and I are here, to answer your questions about live streaming or whatever, I guess. But typically live stream. There's thank you, Dan. On Facebook, Tranquil. Do you think it makes sense to purchase a high-end camera and use SwitcherCast in order to get a better quality picture along with my iPhones?
So if you want to get a high-end camera, you're going to have to bring it in. You're going to have to get that to show up as a webcam on your computer. And then you're going to have to bring that in via the remote guest option. I wouldn't recommend doing the Switcher Cast because that's not really the way Switcher Cast is meant to work. And if there's a lot of movement on screen, that the quality is going to just tank anyways and not be great. All in all, I recommend using iPhones and iPads or iOS devices as your cameras. The iPhone 13s especially are really nice and have amazing cameras on them. It really is going to depend on what you're trying to do, though. Like if you need to have like a crazy zoom or something, maybe look for some zoom options within or zoom lenses that you can get that will like kind of click into these iPhones or whatever. But yeah, I don't recommend bringing it in via SwitcherCast. Like I said, remote cast is the way to do it. That's what Matt's doing here. But even still, like Matt's camera, I think, looks great right now because there's not a ton of movement. If there's a ton of movement on there, like if you're trying to bring in like a keep going.
No, can't.
more what I'm saying is like if you're like, let's say you're in like a stadium or something and you're doing a basketball game or a hockey, as Matt likes to play or does play. Or anything like that, football, whatever it is, and you're far away and you have all those colors and movement, that's going to be harder for the remote guest and that camera to pick up coming in through a webcam as opposed to just having the iPhone. And the iPhone, I think, is going to give you better results.
And then, just kind of like what Cephas says here, just down below that, like, using Switcher for its strengths. Like, typically we recommend using iPhones and iOS devices, because that's what the app's for. So there are a lot of good zoom lenses you can purchase to put onto your iPhones as well. I don't have any. Dan, do you have any iPhone zoom lenses?
I don't have any with me right now here.
Not in your bag?
Because I don't really need them. I don't like. They're at the office. We have some. So iOgrapher makes some cases, and they had some that would screw in. The Moment lenses have been amazing and are really nice.
The Moment lenses are typically the ones I am told to get if I want one, or others say they're great. So,
although I did see, because this is someone in the enthusiast group, the Facebook Switcher Studio enthusiast group, and for those who are on YouTube, if you want to join us there, it's a great community to hang out and talk. And I saw one example a while back where someone had like it was like a trail hunting camera, or like a almost like not a magnifying glass. What's the word I'm looking for?
A zoom lens,
zoom lens.
Telescoping.
It was just like a really like it allowed you to zoom in really far. They basically just took their iPhone and just like stuck it up against the viewfinder on it, and it looked pretty dang good. I was impressed by it. Yeah,
I guess it depends on what you're going for, but typically iOS, like we said, is the way to go. And Chris is in the airport. Wow,
Chris,
congratulations.
We don't know what happened, but it's changed back to Facebook user. Maybe it's something on my end. Maybe something I did. I don't know.
This is your fault.
Maybe it is my fault.
I'm on a secure network here. Chris,
where you headed?
Face is also a Facebook user, so I'm going to blame Dan for sure.
Yeah, Matt, not you said Facebook user. I'm saying Matt. Yeah, Chris, let us know where you're going in the world.
And cheers. David, it's just water. It's just water. But I am very sore today. I took a hard fall on top of the goalie stick on my wrist, and it's a little, if you can see it, a little cut up. And it looks really small, but like the goalie stick was like not flat on the ice. It was up and down. I got pushed right on top of the goalie, and it didn't feel good.
Spotting scope. Thank you, David, as well, telling us what it's called, a spotting scope.
I would have never.
Scope works. I don't know. I struggle with words in the morning. I struggle with words in the afternoon too. But
it depends on the day for me. It depends on the words, I suppose. Okay, let's go over here to YouTube. Vanessa, let's see here. It says, "I'm having a hard time connecting to YouTube for our live broadcast. Can you help?"
I didn't
Vanessa,
see that. You said it was on YouTube? Oh, here it is.
On YouTube, yeah. Are you able to connect it? Like, have you connected it to Switcher? And is it grayed out when you go to it?
Here's the big things I would check. When you're setting up your live stream, sorry, excuse me, I'm like getting congested here. When you're setting up your live stream, make sure you have it set to public so everyone can view it. It's not like an unlisted stream. Yeah. Also, check your privacy settings on YouTube and make sure that you haven't like checked something so like you're not allowing Switcher to be able to connect. And then I see right below that, I think someone on the Switcher, I'm assuming Claire on the Switcher Studio team said, you can go ahead and email us support@switcherstudio.com and we can help you connect there. If you go to our help center, which is help or support. I think it's support.switcherstudio.com. If you head over there, you can just search YouTube and it'll walk you through the entire thing. You're also on this YouTube. You're watching on YouTube, so if you search the YouTube channel, I know we have some video tutorials on how to link your YouTube. So just follow those steps. Definitely check your privacy, and if you're still having problems, reach out to us, and we'll be happy to help you run through that.
Yep, great. Okay, it looks like Chris is heading. He was in Long Island with family, heading back to his home studio in Greenville, South Carolina. Very nice.
Long Island is vastly underrated.
I have never been.
I haven't been in a really long time, but it's a kind of neat little area.
Well, you're from up in that area of the world, the country.
Yeah.
So the northeast of the U.S. is just not a place I've been to. A lot of places, it's kind of like several states I haven't been there. So, and also Chris says that big news. Before I fly out today, I'll announce a new Made with Switcher live shopping show.
Hey,
ooh. What do you are you going to announce like what you're selling? What's being sold? Let us know.
I'm
That's
interested.
exciting.
Let's hear it though. That's great though. That's very cool.
Yeah, that's so cool. Little quick before we move on too much. I know we talked about having a live stream on Wednesday for iPhone comparisons. Between Dan and I, and Dan's eye falling out of his head almost, Dan had an eye infection of some variety. It probably wasn't pink eye. It may have been allergies, but we pushed off recording some pre-recorded stuff last week. This week came around, and I realized that the days we were going to try to get things done, they weren't going to work for me, and then it was just going to be too close to be able to film those and then edit them. So we're actually going to push it until the 27th of this month. Going to make sure we actually have enough time because we want to like really dig into the different iPhones and just
like it's one of those things where I'm like, I could go in and film this. I just look like, I don't know. Maybe I should have put on an eye patch and been a pirate
eye patch or
something.
Like, you only like get from your left side. Like, oh, anyways, like I was saying,
just like this. Hey, everybody, how's it going today? Just wanted to make sure we do this justice and do it correctly. So we're pushing off a little bit, but don't worry, we still got that planned, and we'll get that out there at the end of the month. I'm really excited for that one.
Dan, are you back to feeling 100%? Chris wants to know.
I'm just about there.
Your eye looks normal right now to me.
I know it looks like I've got pictures on my phone that I was like sending to the doctor. If anyone wants to see a gross red
you could share
eye that's dripping down. Let me just I can say, because I see someone here, or there's a question here that I could answer. Can you upload something into the cloud and access it while live streaming? I could say yes, that is available and something you could do. I could indeed upload those pictures of my goopy eye from my phone and access them from the cloud. Like once they're up in the cloud, they'll show up in the list and be ready to be downloaded. So that is a way to get assets, to somebody while you're live. Definitely a cool way to do those things.
All right, real quick here. Sky Pro FG on Facebook. Need Scoreboard. I guess I'll say send us a feature request if there's a specific scoreboard you're looking for. Let us know. We'll just need a little more information. There's a lot of sports out there.
We should have that pinned up top. Use that link. Send us what you're looking for, what sort of stuff, because there is scoreboards in Switcher. I'll show you just in case you haven't seen it or you missed it. Along these bottom here are these different icons, and there's the scoreboard option down here, and we're able to display the scoreboard. We have just some basic ones, and then we do have a baseball template if you're doing baseball. You can change the colors, where this is on screen, the size, all those things as well. Yep. If you come in to edit the properties, bring it around, be like, all right, I want it right there. Now it's a little bit smaller. So there's a scoreboard there. If you're looking for a very specific scoreboard or something, as Matt said, let us know. Use that link and send it over to us.
Yep. And the link is, you can't pin in a group. So if you scroll up, it should be there. If it's not, let us know. We'll repost it. So, thanks, Tim. I see that. Excuse me.
So yeah, a lot of sports streamers out here on Long Island. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, I had one of my real good friends. I grew up in Syracuse, New York. For those, if people didn't know that, I had a friend who had family down on Long Island, so I would go down and visit them. Every once in a while. It was a fun time.
Nice.
If any of you guys down in that area know Block Island, that's where my family lives now, or I have my parents live out there. So it's kind of, like from Long Island, I think it's like an hour, maybe an hour and a half ferry ride from Montauk. So yeah,
How
like,
fast?
they might know it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. It's been a while since I've taken that ferry as well. But yeah, I like the area. It's a cool, fun area.
All right. David says kudos on the multicasting. Used it for 4 weeks with 0 issues. Worked great and canceled a third-party app, saving $180 a year. That is awesome. I suspect that we'll get a lot more stories of people saving money in the long run by dropping the third party. And those of you that don't know, multicasting is a thing now. Dan, can you give a quick look-see on the iPad, just where to go? It's real easy, but for those of you that don't know.
Let me swap this out over here. And there's someone, there was the person asking about scoreboards. I'm going to come back to you in a sec because yes, I saw your comments come through and we'll show you here. Yeah, just right down here, outputs, there's the multi-streaming option right there. It's also on the dashboard. Since this is my, this is a beta version of Switcher that lets me do the tapping. I don't actually have anything connected, so I can't. But you're just going to walk through the exact same process as you would setting up your other streams, and you should be good to go there. Once you've linked your Facebook and YouTube, they won't be grayed out, so you can connect them. You can also do RTMP streams. On the basic plan, you can go to 2 destinations, and then we have more pro plans that allow you to do more. But yeah, right there, very simple and easy. Get out there and multi-stream it.
So do you have a follow-up on?
Yeah. So someone's saying, so I need an iPad for this. I believe this is for the scoreboard as well. If you are using your phone right now, maybe I can. No, I can't do it on that one. You can use a phone. You can use the scoreboard on a phone. If you have your phone, what's this, horizontal?
Horizontal, yeah.
Yeah. We don't have the real estate to show the scoreboard on screen, so you can't use it like that. But if you turn your phone vertical, you can still film the 16:9 video. So your video will still be 16:9 when you do it. And the scoreboard option will be available down there. So that's how I would recommend doing it. Basically, we're just cropping in the 4K sensor down to the 720, or the correct canvas size, so you can still do the 16:9 video. But yeah, the scoreboard will show up there then. So good questions. iPad is easier just because there's more real estate. But if you wanted to use just your phone, that's how you would do it. Good questions. Hey,
and I'm going to bring you over here to I was just going to say, over on YouTube, there are several people saying that they went to Syracuse, lived in Syracuse. It's like a little reunion.
Hey,
here.
All right. Man, I love, I haven't been back. I've lived in Louisville now since 2005 when I came down for school. But
is that what you do? Is that like orange?
That's just an O. Yeah, get your O up for the orange.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Went to school in Syracuse back in the late 80s. Love it. Yeah. That's so fun. SU in the early 70s. Hello, all my Syracuse peep. Yeah. Go orange.
Quick reunion here, everybody. Don't mind them. We're doing fine. Anyone from Michigan? I'm from Michigan. No? Okay.
We're I was told when I came down here, I had to choose who are you gonna root for, Louisville or Kentucky? Those are the 2 big teams. I'm like, I'll just keep rooting for the orange. Go Syracuse.
The orange. The Orangemen? Are they orange?
It's just the orange now.
I
was actually Googling this. It's an interesting story. I guess it switched from the orange men to the orange I think just to get rid of the men stigma with it, but like they
Okay.
picked the school color orange because no school back in the day when they were like coming up with colors had orange. So, like, we'll be orange and
Oh.
we'll just call
Oh yeah.
ourselves the orange.
Yeah, we're just the oranges.
Yeah.
It's great. Uh, well, hello everyone from Syracuse area and former alumni. Hope you're doing well. Going back over here to Facebook, David said, "How did you get the safe area indicators to show up when scaling the scoreboard? Is that new?"
That might be just in the beta, so that could be coming in a future release.
Surprise!
Honestly, I hadn't seen that before either, David. It's just stuff we're working on, you know. Don't
you
worry
tune
about
in
it.
and you ask Dan to do something on the beta of the iPad. You might get little glimpses of things you shouldn't know about yet.
Yeah, so could be stuff that's being worked on, you know, like we said, that's stuff that has been asked about, so it's getting pushed out into the betas and whatnot. So
Yep.
yeah, could be coming to you know, a Switcher Studio release near you in the future.
Yep, that's right. All right, we're getting quite a few questions here.
Cool.
All right, Carol here on Facebook. Have to say I used to use Switcher and stop, but happy to be back and love all the improvements. Honestly, the easier system to live stream with multiple cameras. Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
I've mentioned this a lot, you know, like I'm one of the co-founders of Switcher. I've been here since the start, and I stand behind Switcher as a product. I also tell people, you know, like, go out there and find what's going to work best for you. And I'm just very confident that Switcher will work amazingly for the majority of the people, and that's what we're trying to do. But it might not be for everybody, and if it's not for you, you know, just make sure you're finding what you need.
Yep. And we're continuing to like make improvements, give you more features. We listen to you. We tell you to submit these feature requests, and I mean we mean it because we want to give you the options, the things you're looking for with Switcher. So thanks, Carol. And okay, cool. Let's keep rolling here. Okay.
I see this one when I multi-stream. When I use multi-streaming, the YouTube stream gets stuck and doesn't seem to or stream or record at all. Try unlinking and relinking the YouTube account. It could be a weird thing that happened there. You can also email us at support@switcherstudio.com, and we can help you figure out what's going on there, because we might need to get a lot more information just to figure out what's going on exactly. Yeah, that's where I would start with. You know, just make sure it's all linked up correctly and you're streaming to the right spot, and then yeah, we can try and figure it out from there.
Cool. Great question. Let us know. All right. From Darren Lee here on YouTube. Can I remotely control my Switcher app on my iPad from my MacBook?
So Switcher app on my iPad from my MacBook. No, Switcher Studio is an iOS-based software or an application, so it has to be run from an iPad or an iPhone or an iOS device. And that's going to be the way it is for the foreseeable future. I know, like with the new Macs and like these M1 chips, they're getting to be closer to, like, the iPads are getting closer to the MacBooks and vice versa. But for right now, it's still iOS only. If things change and we're able to get Switcher running reliably on a Mac, then maybe we'll be able to bring that in as an option as well. But right now, mobility is one of our key driving factors, and the fact that you don't need a much more than just an iPhone to go live is kind of where we're sticking with.
Yep. Wonderful. Okay. From Joseph Anderson on YouTube. I do a lot of outside live streaming. Unfortunately, I can't hear what is going on the stream as far as my audio is concerned. I always use my something.
Oh no, we need the rest of it. You can plug in to I'm trying to think. If you're in a situation where you're not able to hear your audio when you're live, what I recommend doing is setting up beforehand, doing a test recording in as real world as possible. So, like, 5 minutes before you go live, just do a quick recording, don't live stream it, and then listen to it back. Plug some headphones in if you have them. I'd always recommend having, even the Lightning
Yeah.
Apple earbuds. Bring those, check it out, see how it sounds, and adjust and do that a couple times if you need to. If you're not able to monitor your audio when you're live.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, let's see here. Right on YouTube, LePub Patia. Hi, I do a busy live stream currently using multiple iPhones using NDI. I want to come over to Switcher Studio, but I can't see an easy way to deal with scheduled YouTube videos other than RTMP.
I want to come over to Switcher Studio, but I can't see an easy way to deal with scheduled YouTube videos other than RTMP. We have direct integrations with YouTube, so you're able to schedule it within the app, and you don't have to worry about RTMP or anything. Same thing with multi-streaming. You can schedule to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. Maybe, Claire, if you could find the, create or schedule YouTube. There might even be a YouTube video tutorial on how to do this. But yeah, once you link your account, you're able to do all that completely within Switcher. Don't have to worry about the RTMP options at all. I will say NDI cameras can't be used within Switcher Studio. It's just iPhones, iPads, and then we have the remote guest feature as well. So
Right.
Make sure you keep that in mind when you are making decisions.
Cool. Chris Strub, new first time chatter, long time watcher over here on YouTube. Just wanted to see if I get displayed as YouTube user.
No, I'm wondering if it's something on my end.
Yeah, I'm always blaming you.
Let's see if we have some other. I see David's doing some youth baseball. That's awesome. Sounds cool. Very fun stuff. Youth baseball.
That's awesome.
Okay. Possibility of implementing full custom multi-views. If it's too complicated to do it in the app, perhaps a separate Mac app to generate the MMFX files. Yeah, it could be something. We'll have to look into exactly what's possible and what we want to have out there. We also want to make sure that it's not too complicated or getting anything too messed up. But if you have an idea for something very specific you want, if you can just do like an MS Paint or just like draw a picture on a piece of paper and take a picture and send it to support@switcherstudio.com.
No, we want MS Paint.
MS Paint or bust. If you're able to get some of that stuff to us, you can let us know when we can see if we can add some other stuff to you as well, or to it as well.
Awesome. All right, on Facebook here, Desmond said the lagging is getting horrible. Desmond, are you talking about us currently, or your live streams, or?
If you're watching and it is lagging for you, or this is lagging for you, it might be your internet connection. Where I'm not seeing any drops or anything on my end. I can show you guys actually I've got the stream pulled up here next to me. I also dropped the quality as low as possible, so I'm not using extra bandwidth on my network. But if you come over here, when you're live, right up here, there's going to be a green dot, and that's going to next to like the timer for how long you've been live. And that green dot is your network indicator. And if it goes to yellow or red, that means your internet's dropping out. And that's a good way to, just make sure that your stream is still in good health and working well. If your streams that you're doing are getting really bad lag, consider dropping the quality of the stream. We have some networking things you can dive into. Maybe your router is really old and it might be time to upgrade, especially if you're using your internet service provider's router. A lot of times, if it's really old, they'll just send you a new one for free and won't make you worry about it. So, yeah.
And always speed test as well before you go live.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's just a super easy, simple. And if you're streaming in an area where a lot of people have connection to your network, consider changing the password, because all those people are going to be bogging down your internet. So Yeah, we've had a couple different videos about network trouble, like problem solving. And there probably is an article as well. Is that right, Dan? I'm trying to remember if we have one or not.
I'm sure we do. Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's a whole section on networking, and there's like a blog post as well. Yeah, if you go to switcherstudio.com/blog, you can check some stuff out there as well. Yeah, all over.
Okay. All right, back over to YouTube here. The Raw Report show, Rob D. If audio monitoring is turned on during a live stream, is there any way around the echo?
Yeah, this is kind of tricky. No, that's going to be there. So like, it kind of has to be there. So you kind of have to turn it off when you're live. Maybe turn it on just to make sure that your audio levels are good beforehand. What I typically do if I'm in a situation where I have like a mixer set up and a bunch of people in the same room with a bunch of different audio devices, I will put audio monitoring on, plug my headphones in, listen to it, hear how it sounds, and then go over and plug my headphones into the audio mixer, and just listen from there and just know about where I was within the two, just to make sure that it sounds good there, and make my fine-tune adjustments on the audio mixer when I'm monitoring from there.
Okay.
It's so funny. Stream over here says watching while waiting for the next strain. Stream over here, whose name typically shows up as Facebook user, is showing up fine here, and everyone who's normally shows up fine is showing up as Facebook user. It's so funny.
What have you done, Dan?
I don't know. Yeah, let's just blame me or blame Facebook or something.
I really don't. It's so weird. Okay, well, I think we need to get to the bottom of this sometime, Dan. Figure it out. Okay. Let's see.
Awesome to hear this. Good job. Love hearing, seeing 1 million engagement in 7 days on Facebook.
That's incredible. That's so awesome.
Yeah, very cool. You're on the Facebook group. Share, like make a post, share what you're doing with your videos. I love to see, this is the Sky Pro FJ. I don't know if there's a better way to say that name there, but yeah, share in the group some of your live streams, what you're doing. We'd love to see them.
Okay.
No options for rotating logo right now. Go ahead and again, we have the feature requests around. So if you follow that, kind of give us an idea there, and we can see what's possible.
All right. Following up on Darren. This is over on YouTube from Robert Flores.
Yes, yeah.
Flores. I know that you're saying that's not possible yet. Has Catalyst been an option that is not possible? I don't know.
I don't know what we're talking about. What was Darren saying?
Oh, I think it was the can I remotely control my switcher app from my iPad?
Okay. I don't know what Catalyst is. Is
Is
that like a way to run apps on Macs or something, like Apple Mac or Apple apps on Macs? That's hard to say. I would say no if that's what it is. Yeah, not really possible right now. Again, just iOS devices for switching.
Okay, back over here to Facebook. Pale Leaders says shrink to fit comments are needed. I read comments from the output, and if they're cut off, ...
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from with this, and I don't know if it's possible or like if we're able to like show a second part of it. This is something I'll bring up with the engineers. I'm sure they're aware of this and talking about this as well. But yeah, right now, not really a great fix. Maybe again, just have a second device that's running. Switcher that you can see the full things from. Hopefully we can get some information out to you, but yeah, right now not really possible.
Yeah. And just right underneath that, Keith Smith Jr., do you guys have a way where you can connect to multiple streams such as Facebook and YouTube at the same time going live? I think you're talking about multicasting.
We call this multi-streaming. It is
Yep.
available within Switcher. If you go to the Outputs tab, there's this multi-streaming option.
Mhm.
This is available on everybody's plan. We talked about this and showed this a little bit earlier in the live stream as well. But yeah, link your Facebook, your YouTube account. You can do RTMP. You can stream to 2 destinations at the same time. That's what we're doing right now. You're watching, I see, on Facebook, but if you go over to the Switcher Studio YouTube channel, you'll see this exact same live stream there is live as well. So yeah, that's kind of that. You can do it now within Switcher Studio.
Yep. Okay.
Scat Production Fiji. We based in Fiji. Awesome.
So
What
cool.
sports are you guys doing too? I love to hear it.
Was it
Sounds really
touch
cool.
rugby and netball? I think that was the one from earlier.
Oh,
I'm not
maybe.
mistaken. Yeah.
Okay, and
Netball,
this says
touch
it allows
rugby,
iOS apps on Mac OS. I remember I was in a conversation with. This is talking about the again having Switcher run on a Mac. I was talking with another Matt on our team, who is one of like our lead engineers, and he was talking in some very technical terms that I didn't understand about why this wasn't possible, unfortunately. So that's why I said right now we're not able to do it. But possibly like, as things change and as these devices grow and get better and better, there could be an opportunity for that to happen. But as of right now, that is not an option. And I'll say now, as I'm just kind of looking through these comments, some more. Keep your questions coming, first of all. But as we're starting to run out of time, I see like a lot of options for like feature requests, like instant replay here, and other ones.
Yep.
Just know, fill out that feature request form. I might not be able to show all of those on screen here, but we do see those, and we are looking at those, the options from that form, and those do help make decisions within that get added to Switcher Studio in the future.
Yep. Okay, hopping back over here to YouTube. Video live question: multi-stream problem with the Facebook and RTMP site. If I stream only on RTMP site, it's okay, and the live goes well. But if I stream in multi-stream in the same RTMP in a Facebook, the RTMP live doesn't start.
Okay. I'll look at this because that's not how I normally stream. I assume you're setting up the RTMP values is the same in the same RTM page as in a Facebook page. The RTMP doesn't start. Double check that RTMP. Like open when you go live. Open up like the video settings on that and check it. You might have to push a button to go live, which should automatically happen. And, email support@switcherstudio.com with this question, because it might be something we need to look into to make sure everything's working well. But
I will say also, like, real easy, basic, make sure you're not adding a space after your RTMP value. Like if you're copying and pasting it, or
yes,
just make sure it's all there.
Double checking those values.
I'm guessing you are, but just to make sure I know that I've made the mistake of adding a space at the end and then copying and pasting it, and then like it wasn't working, and it was, just a bonehead move on my part. But check that out, and then send us a message at support@switcherstudio.com. We can hopefully dig in deeper. I don't typically stream with RTMP, but I know a lot of you do.
I don't know if I want to answer this question from Chris.
What? Go ahead.
Question to get you guys out on: who other than each other is the smartest Switcher Studio employee?
Oh man. We all have different areas of expertise, Chris. So it's a hard question. You have to boil it down a little bit more. Go ahead and send us a message at support@switcherstudio.com. We'll dig into it more there, and we'll let you know.
I don't know if I want to answer that.
No, I'm not going to answer that. That's bait. That's bait. I'm not doing that. It's obvious. It's okay. It's me. It's me.
What's the question? Like, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Yeah, I'll answer any question, but I won't answer that. Thanks for that, Chris.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, over here on Facebook, David. Don't forget the referral program. It's on the dashboard. When recommended, they get a discount and you'll get a credit for your subscription to Switch Your Studio.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Yeah, don't forget that. I often forget it, but that is really really beneficial and helpful. So, and speaking of beneficial and helpful, if you all would head over to the App Store and give us a review there, that would be super dope. We want people to be able to find our app. We honestly want your honest feedback as well. So head on over there. I'm sure that they'll post a link here, and you can do that for us. That would be super cool. Dan and I do this every Monday, so if we don't get to your question today, we'll try to come back later and get to it. But we want to make sure we get as many questions as we can. So if something comes up during the week and you want to wait until we're live to ask it, please. If you don't want to wait till we're live to ask it, you can always email us. You always can post in the group or here in the video on YouTube. But we have time for a few more questions. So
I see David was talking here. Is the touch indicator on your iPad you're using in your beta going to be available in the full release? No, I don't think we're able to. And I remember there's like a reason, because it's somebody else's code. We're not able to put it in there as a part of like a full release or something. Really? There was some reason. Yeah, I don't think it works in the main as well. I think it has to be in one of our betas. So we do have the beta program. So if you're involved in that,
you can't. I don't really know. You couldn't turn on the touch indicator from in your iPhone and have it work in the app.
I don't know. Like is that a thing that you can do?
Yeah, you can turn on like it basically is a. Let's see here. What I'll look for it and then we can figure that out.
You just tell me, or I'll go find it. Like we'll be looking here.
Touch accessibility.
There's accessibility.
I can't remember where it is, but there's a way to turn on.
I found it. Touch. Yep. Assistive touch, haptic touch.
It's maybe it's somewhere in there.
I don't know. We'll look into it. I don't know if that's if it's possible there or not, but we'll see what's possible. Can look into some stuff into the future.
I know you can add that like a dot to your screen. I thought I'll look into it. It's going into the settings on your iPhone is like a treasure hunt. I never know which area to go into or click, and you think you're going the right way, but eventually you can find it. So
again, I do see it like going through here. I see some more kind of feature requests, like being able to reorder cameras. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to be possible ever. Right now, again, just connect them in the order you need them to be is the best advice I can give you. And then like, is it possibility of an iPhone mic as a second input? Maybe down the road. It's stuff we're discussing and trying to figure out what's possible, but nothing right now. Yeah. I'm gonna keep looking through here.
Everyone. Okay, let's see here. Any possibility?
Chris is saying, I know the answer was Ernesto. It's okay. Ernesto was pretty smart. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, probably our entire engineering team is probably the answer for who's the smartest person. Yeah. Just pick any one of them. They're all super smart.
Smart in our own ways, okay? We're smart in different areas or something.
We've gained sentience here. As one collective, that is the smartest team member. Switcher Studio.
That's right. It's like Skynet. Back here on Facebook, Sky Pro Fiji. Any possibility if your second iPhone mic could be used for an audio input?
Yeah, I saw that one. Not right now. Like I was kind of mentioning that. Not right now. We're exploring some options on what could be available down the road and into the future. But right now, nothing yet. But stay tuned. Might be able to figure something out.
I will say you can use director mode. It's not live, but you're able then to use the microphone in each iPhone then. But I think your best bet if you're doing a live show, it seems like you are, is to set up some microphones.
Yeah,
connect it via mixer to your main switcher. So there's a lot of different articles on our help center how to do that. So if you need help, let us know, or you can look there. Okay.
Yep. I see here, like, what's the roadmap looking like? Can't
That's
give
what I
out
got
all
some.
the information right now. I'll double check in, and maybe, maybe not next week, but the week after, a couple coffee questions, we can go over some of the stuff. But
There is
not
stuff
sure.
coming. We're always working on new features and new stuff for you all.
And it does pivot and change as we go as well. Depending on what's people are requesting, what sort of stuff looks like a really good idea. So
what actually is working, and like, because we don't ever want to give you something that's not going to be 100% reliable. So sometimes things take longer than we expect them to, but know that we are just constantly pushing and trying to bring you new features. So
I do see like other ones here again from here, like multitasking soon. Switcher, just the way the cameras connect, needs to be running front and center. So I don't believe multitasking is going to be available anytime soon. And then, excuse me, again, same route here.
Yeah.
Choose what angles you want in auto switch as opposed to all. This was something we had in like the first release for auto switching, or like our first beta. And it was broken and messed things up really bad. So it is something that we can explore and come back to, but and could be available in the future as we hash out those bugs. But for now, it's all of them, or and just randomize them, or just have them go in order.
Yep. Cool. Hey, we're getting close to time here. So if you're just joining us, we're going to try to answer just a couple more questions. And if you haven't asked a question, have at it. Make it happen. Thank you all for your questions and your thoughts and your feature requests. If you haven't used the link, the feature request link, scroll up a little bit on Facebook. On YouTube, it looks like it's pinned to the top of the chat. Let's see.
I think those are all the questions I see here for now.
Well, there's one here from Pale, just about audio meters.
Oh yeah, I see that here now.
Um,
What does the audio screen show? The active audio meters of the connected phones, but you can't use or modify them. Just shows them bouncing around. That's just just for your reference for afterwards if you're recording in director mode or something, so you can see them. Yeah, we can't really control them. You can. You have some ability over the main one, but yeah, those other ones just there for reference.
Cool.
I think that's most of
Dan.
them here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to cue the outro for you.
Yep. Cool. Everyone, thank you so much for your questions and hanging out with us. Thank you for your feature requests. Dan and I really like doing these on Monday. I know it gets early, but those of you hanging out with us, cool. If it's in the morning, we were talking about doing other ones at other times during the week. Come May, we're going to start doing some user interviews. So if you want to be a part of that, there's a pinned post in the enthusiast group here. If you're on YouTube, head over to Facebook and get in the enthusiast group, and you can fill out the form and try to be a part of that. Dan, thanks for your knowledge, and we will see you all later on.
Yeah, see you next week on the main page, YouTube as always, and then back in the enthusiast group in 2 weeks. So take care, everybody.
We'll see you then. Bye.